It is the start of the second half of the Gatorade Cup Series chase. We are here at the Rockingham Speedway in North Carolina for the Oreo 400 chase race number 6 of 10 here in the Gatorade Cup Series season number 12. On the front row, two Roush Fenway Racing cars, Jonathan Buford 99, outside second, the 6 of Carter Friesen. Then in third place, Diego Yepes. Fourth, we have Derek Hamill, and rounding out the front five, Sebastian Kukulan in the 40. Then in sixth place, it's Jose Mills. Seventh, our highest starting chaser, Jay Rando. Eighth place, Trey Rainey, up in points contention, means a great result here today. They get back up. Ninth place for Max Rossi, and the 7 of Levi Shones rounds out the top 10 starters. Back behind them, 16, Zachary DeLello, down to his inside, the 07 of Marshall Burrell. Then there's Anthony Charbois in the 26, to his inside, the 5 of Jeff Bright. Then there's the 8 of Anthony Hernandez and the 66 of Landon Lyons. Then Brandon Beal making his final start of the season, Riley Sampson to his inside in the 31. Then there's Scott Upton and Riley Spurley to the 28. Then Roman Fenway and Evan Hunter second in points, but 14 behind the points there, Sotomu. Then there's Jay Jefferson 78 and 41 Tommy Fletcher Jr., along with Anthony Fox in the 38 and the 10 of Griffin Lynn. Then there's Conrad Evans and the 2 of Luke Rainey, a pair of teammates Keegan Thompson and Jake Galway for Joe Gibbs Racing. Then there's Colton Yo, the 01 and the 48 of Nottingham Scott, along with the 42 of Cole Luigi and the 29 of Keyshawn Richardson. Then there's 77 Ronan Curtis and 1 Max Anderson. 45 William Seaman and the 24 of Eli Bright. Then there's Bibby Ruiz and Michael Gregory. And in the final row, third in points TJ Hanley, but who's outside back in the last position. Points leader Georgia Sotomu needs a lot of work to be done here today to try and maintain that points lead he has. 14 points over Evan Hunter entering the day. 60 laps here in the Oreo 400 at Rockingham, a long one, but it's going to be a good one for sure. Let's get on track side to fire these engines up for the 6th chase race of the Gatorade Cup Series season.
Race fans, get on your feet! Drivers, start your engines!
Command here, just do your deal.
42 engines fired up here at Rockingham for 6 laps of action around the rock here in North Carolina. Georgia Sotomu, who starts last in this race, enters 14 points up. On second in points, Evan Hunter, who starts in 21st position. Hanley in third, Lynn in fourth, a tie for fifth between Fenway and Trey Rainey. We'll see if anyone can close on that 44. Can Sotomu somehow find his way through the field? Green flag for 60 laps of action here in the Oreo 400 at Rockingham. Side by side to the first lap here at Rockingham. Buford does it for pole position, but quickly to his inside. Diego Yepes wants to lead early on to the inside. Buford on lap number 2, rotating well in the bottom off turn 2 and down the back stretch for the first time at full speed. Fenway into the wall, the 17. Galway's well in the 11 into the wall. They try and shuffle out and get themselves away from it and keep themselves off the guys on the inside. How about some 3-wide action? Kukulan, the 40, an aggressive move to the inside. He'll get 2 for 1. Kukulan to the front of the 40 car with aggressive 3-wide move through turns 3 and 4. And Randall also takes a 3-wide chaser in the 22. Randall, one of our chasers, a good ways back behind Sotomu, needs everything to go his way in these final 5 races to have a shot at the championship. He'll move low now on Yepes and Buford, and Yepes just getting bullied these last few laps, get put to the middle both times. Randall's to second now, Shones up to third. Here comes Friesen, start on the second position, now moving on the inside, up inside the front 5 to 4th. Yepes now stuck on the outside, the 88. Buford down to his inside. He'll get by. Here comes 83 Max Rossi. Behind them, Jeff Bright blocking off Anthony Hernandez. Sampson. Here comes Evan Hunter up inside the top 15. Looking for a top 10 and looking to hope that that 44 stays at the back of the pack and he can charge up and get some of the highest chaser points. If he can win this race and Sotomu only gets 1 point, he would leave tie with the 44 car. That would be best case scenario for the driver of the 43. Driver of the 40 loving it right now. Kukulan out front has won here many times in his career across every division. He's won here in the Gatorade Cup Series and the Target Series. He loves this racetrack. Looking to win again here in Cup. He's now followed by Levi Shones, Carter Friesen, and Buford back up to 4th. Battle for 5th. Brandon on the outside. To the inside goes Max Rossi. And Hunter shoved wide in the 43 by the 19 of Scott Upton. He has a hold again behind that 19, though. We'll see if he takes it. No, he's going to stay on the outside of Upton down the back to turns 3 and 4. Right here, we'll see if he can maybe get in front of Riley Spurley to 28, trying to get the run, but Hunter might get the run on corner exit, and he will get to the inside of the 8 and clear the 28 for now. So Spurley trying to get up to the back of Hunter. Hunter trying to keep it in front of him right now in the 10th position for the driver of the 43. Sampson battling Yepez here through turn 22. Yepez keeps it for now in the 88. Up front, Shones has gained on the 40 for the race lead. And Levi had a really good race here back in Season 9, which got him the championship that season. Basically entered Homestead almost as a lock. Not in the chase this season. Had a miserable season looking for another Gatorade Cup Series win. It's been a while since the driver of the 7 has visited victory lane. He's side by side with Kukulon down the backstretch for the top spot. That brings 2 Roush cars back into it. Carter Friesen and Jonathan Buford. Shones to take it away. The 7 car. Friesen to follow suit in second. Buford now to third. Kukulon back to fourth. But Shones leading that lap in the 7. Another lead change here early on. Rando moving back forward, back up to 5th by Max Rossi. Right now the highest scored chaser is that 22 of Jay Rando. Shones running a defensive line off to turn number 3, making sure that 6 can't jump to the inside. Carter did not get through 3 and 4 well at all. Shones actually gaps him right there a big ways in the 7 car. Friesen did not get through that corner well at all and almost got passed by his teammate, the 99 of Jonathan Buford. Back behind them, Hunter trying to gain spots up to 8th. Just got by Max Rossi and Yepez. And Hunter knows Randall's up there. That's a point that he can try and gain. Right now, Sotoma, the points leader, is decently made his way through the field. Chasers behind him include TJ Hanley, Roman Fenway. We'll see if any others are back here. Colton Yo and Luke Rainey as well. So right now, a good amount of chasers behind Sotoma. However, he still would lose a good amount of points to Evan Hunter. Hunter needs this right now. He needs every point he can get. Hopes Sotoma loses every point he can lose. Battle for third. Heating up here. Kukulon has gotten to the back bumper of Buford as Buford's teammate Carter Friesen has pulled away a little from the 99 right there. And while that 99 backs the 40 up, here comes Jay Rando. He's getting to make a 3-car race for that 3rd position. We'll see if Kukulon right here, he got a little wide through turns 1, 2, had to lift a little right there in the 40 car and lost the nose, almost lost it, that spot to the 22. Back here, Anthony Fox, one of our chasers, battling with the 8 of Anthony Hernandez. That's for 11th and 12th on the racetrack. Just behind them, Yepez and Rossi, who have fallen greatly in these last few laps, back to 13th and 14th. Trey Rennie trying to come back forward, up to 15th for a driver of the 18. He comes in a good ways back. He needs to make up 19 points on that 44 Sotoma. Right here to be the place to start that charge up to that 44 driver. Right now runs ahead of him on the racetrack, but Sotoma not too far back in terms of chasers. So Trey needs a lot more points, a lot more positions to try and gain the points he needs. Upton passing Sampson for 6th. And Buford back onto his teammate Friesen for 2nd. Buford over the back of Carter there. Shones a little loose on corner. Eggs actually lost some ground there to those 2 drivers. Buford might try and dive it in here through 3 and 4 to get to the inside of his teammate. He does get down there. Buford to 2nd position, the 99. Started from pole position. Hunter is a miracle back here of Riley Spurley Tube. Evan trying to fend him off to try and get to Jay Randall. The only chaser right now in front of him is that 22 car. And Buford's gapped his teammate since he got by him. We'll see if he can get up to Levi Shones to get back by him. Buford caught through 3 and 4. Randall closing in, making a 3-car battle right here. Riley Spurley Tube low on Evan Hunter. Can he hold it down there? Evan got the great run there on the outside of 3 and 4. Spurley could not hold the bottom. Evan did. And Evan's going to take that spot back. And now try and get to Riley Sampson to get by him. Yepez wide off the corner in the 88 car as Trey Range just got by Anthony Fox. Right now, Georgia Sotoma with the 44 rides battling with TJ Henley. Those 2 battling for a championship. TJ comes in 3rd in points, but 17 back of the 44's points. Sotoma making a 3-wide pass right here. They're still outside the top 25. These 2 drivers are. Sotoma right now 26th. Hanley now 28th, looking for 27th on Michael Gregory. Sotoma has chasers in front of him like Anton and Charbot trying to gain some points back. Griffin Lynn the 10, 29 Keyshawn Richardson, 38 Anthony Fox, 18 Trey Rainey. And then obviously Evan Hunter and Jay Rando. Back up to the front because this battle for the lead heating up a little right here. Levi Shones falling back to the front bumper of the 99 of Jonathan Buford as Buford pressures him off of turn number 3. Shones a little bit wider right there. Buford about half a lane lower. I don't think it makes that much of a difference, but anything different that these drivers, perform through the corner is definitely something to point out. See if maybe it helps in terms of lap times. That time, Shones just a little bit quicker than Buford by about 3/100ths of a second, so not much difference there in their lap times. And Shones may have gapped again this lap. Buford dove into 3 and 4, a little bit deeper than the 7 car did, though, and actually gained some of that time back. Cut that lead down by about half. Right there, Buford's lap time. Just about the same amount. Jones was faster last time. Buford was faster this time. But Buford wide through 1 and 2. That out for 4th now. Jay Randall moves by Kukulon. That brings Upton, Sampson, Hunter, Spurley, and Jefferson all together. That is a lot of cars battling for 4th. Randall finally got around the front 3, though, to get away. And now, Jones, Buford, and Friesen love it. They're trying to pull away with the race win. Upton moves to 5th. Here comes Sampson for 6th, under Kukulon as the 40 fades. Led early on in this race, but ever since has struggled with the handling of that 40 car. Now Evan Hunter to his inside, looking to gain a spot. Not a point, but a spot. Trey Rainey's cleared any battle. He was in the 18 trying to run down these front 10, currently in the 12th position. He goes wide through 3 and 4, really wide. Almost thought someone was pinned right there, but just maybe the lane he thought he had to run. And Buford, all the time he gained, he's lost back to the 7 of Levi Shones, who's pulled back away from the 99 of Jonathan Buford. And that 7 car, I think maybe was just trying to make that 99 run harder, trying to save some of his stuff while Buford caught him. Maybe Jonathan used his stuff up there. Now maybe that 99 driver is deciding he wants to save some stuff now for the end of this long green flag run, because we still have about 10 laps to go until these drivers will get to their pit windows. Just a little bit less, 8 laps to halfway right here. And here is about 2 of the front 3 in points. So Tomo leads the points, Hanley is third in the points. They're running right together. They have a chaser on the outside in front of them. That's Anson and Charlebois on the 26. Griffin Lynn starting to move up nicely, up to 17th. Just in front of him is Eli Bright. 2 chasers right here, Keyshawn Richardson, Anthony Fox. Trey Rennie moving low. Kukulon, that 40 has some sort of issue and is falling from grace. Kukulon, that car has gone away from him, and you can see it visually. His lap times are in the 25-second bracket. That's 4, 5, 6 tenths slower than anyone around him. So that 40 is struggling big time. Obviously drove the tires off that car. If not, there is some bigger issue on that 40. But Trey Rainey now gaining on the front 10. He has a shot to get up in here and battle with Evan Hunter and Jay Randall. Shone's doing a great job out in front, but this battle for points has closed in as Evan Hunter may have gotten the wall. If he didn't, it was very close, but he was right on the back of Jay Randall the turn prior, so he can gain that back here at the 43. And Trey Rennie definitely has saved his car for the longer run, and Kukulon getting passed by Yepez back here, so that 40 car really not up to speed right now. And that's this point for Kukulon, who's not had a great season, missed the chase, and looks like Brandon Beals on pit road early, that 0-0. So he'll merge out with some issues there. Obviously, I don't think you can make it on field from there. Come up into the pack. Mills will let him go. Now, look at what Fresh Tires does for a driver. Look at how fast he gets by Eli Bright and Griffin Lynn. Those are 2 champions of the Gatorade Cup Series. It's like they were standing still. How fast the 0-0 catches these drivers. Keyshawn Richardson last lap ran a 25-1. Look at Beal. He's running them over with this fresh rubber. I mean, his lap time's going to get halted right here because he's stuck by Anthony Fox. But look at how much faster the fresh tires are. This just shows if you can come down pit road early, maybe try and undercut by a lap or 2, it might pay out in your favor. And if you're maybe Hanley, Satomu, do you try that undercut? Yeah, Beal's running laps under 25 seconds. It would be under 24 seconds even if he didn't get caught up in lap traffic. As Trey Rennie now up inside the front 10. The 18 moves up to P10. There's a ways to go to get to Evan Hunter and then to Jay Rando to get the max points possible. At the front, it's starting to tighten up just a little bit again. Shones lost about 10th that time to Jonathan Buford. And maybe this is just the end of this run. Shones trying to save it, make it, nurse it to this green flag pit window. See Brandon Beal there coming up to, get by some of these drivers. Right now 2 laps down though in the 0-0, and obviously I don't think he can make it from there. It might have been an issue on the 0-0 that had him come down pit road, unless they're just confident they can make it from there and they want to pit as soon as they could. Again, about a 10th faster for Jonathan Buford that time over Levi Shones, and Friesen even faster than Buford. He was 3 tenths faster than Shones, a 10th faster than Buford, and Shones almost up into the wall off turn number 2. Upton quietly has moved up to 4th and has actually gained on those front 3. Sampson right now in 5th. Big see how much slower these guys are going through the corners and stuff. Buford's fastest lap this race was a 23 flat. He's now running over 25 seconds. And again, just a tick faster. Beal's going to go around the outside the hard way on Scott Upton. Look at how much those tires mean. He can just stick it in the corners. Wow. Caught Carter Friesen like he was standing still. Brandon Beal lineup here as pit stops could start any moment. It looks like they will for the front runners right here. Schultz will not let anyone undercome inside the front 5. He's into pit road first of the front runners. But look at the drivers that came in a lap sooner. Sprotube stayed out an extra lap in the 28. He'll be the race leader. So he led a lap right there. But Levi Schoens, the leaders are in. They all came in at around the same time. Some drivers did try to undercut. See all the cars right here that have tried to undercut. This was just about the midway point when most of these drivers came down the pit lane. And it gets a little treacherous on pit road. See, they're about 4 wide coming off right there. There are a lot of cars coming in, a lot of cars coming off, because basically most of the field is in this time or last time. So the 7 will leave. Levi Schoens. Where do the drivers come out in relation to him? Like Buford or Friesen. Friesen and Buford leave right with the 7. There's Coluigi. He'll be on the tail end of the lead lap. Jay Brando had tires a lap sooner. And he'll move to 2nd. Beating the 9-9, the 6, and others off pit road. Oh, back here, Friesen and Fenway rub. Fenway up the track. He's a lap car. He obviously has had some issues. There's Brandon Beal. I believe he's unlapped himself now. Back on the lead lap. But Rando's caught Schoens. So Schoens is going to cycle back out to the lead. Rando now in 2nd. Buford in 3rd. Friesen in 4th. Sampson 5th. Beal will be 6th, but does have to pit again. Fenway's a lap down. Hunter will be 7th. Luke Rainey's a lap down. Kugelon will be 8th. 9th place will be Riley Sprotube. He came in later than anyone. And Trey Rainey cycles out right where he was in 10th. Where's the 44 Sotomo at in relation to drivers like TJ Hanley and others? There's the 44 getting by the 30 of Anthony Fox. Remember, Sotomo came in earlier than drivers. Right now in the 17th position, higher than he has been all day long. But we'll have a lap or 2 worse tires than drivers around him. Anthony Fox, 38 just behind him. There's TJ Hanley trying to run him down now as well. Anson Charbaz fade back behind him. Chaser Griffin Lynn did not have a great pit cycle. He's back to 32nd in the 10 car. Diego Pez as well has fallen back to now tail end of the lead lap. See how the tires are now hurting for Brandon Beal. Got up to 6th, but now Roman Fenway behind, but Fenway is a lap car. But Evan Hunter should fly around Brandon Beal here for that 6th position. And issues for Scott Upton. He's on pit road. He was one of the drivers that was up at the front of the field. Looks like he has issues that have him done for the day. If not, big issues are going to have him laps down. And can Jay Randall get by Levi Schoens? A better run through 3 and 4 right here for Jay Randall, the chaser, inside of Levi Schoens. Randall came in a lap sooner than Schoens did. They're door-to-door to turn 1. Randall hugging that yellow line down bottom. Schoens up out of the groove a little right there, but powers his way down the backstretch with the run on the top side to clear Randall to turn 3. But does Jay fight back on the inside? He'll try, but Schoens will clear him off. The 7 holds it. Randall trying to fight back to the inside, but can't. Now, Buford and those drivers are hoping that that 22 keeps bound the 7, because then that takes, that takes some of that fresh rubber off the 7 as he keeps bound. Right there, he pulled the 22 that time. As you look further back here, there's Hunter in 6th. Sprotube moving up with those fresh tires. Trevor needs falling back in the 18, back outside the top 10. There's Sotomu. Right now in 17th, just ahead of chaser Anthony Fox. Drivers like Hunter and Rainey and others are hoping that 38 gets by that 44, but can't if the 15 moves to his inside. Sotomo is a chaser in front of him, one that's Keyshawn Richardson just immediately in front of him. Luke Rainey's a lap down the 2 cars. Sprotube gonna get by the lap car, I believe that was Brandon Beal. He's on a lap car, but he might have to pit again in the 00. Obviously has worse tires than anyone out there. Levi Schoens' last lap time just about the same as Jay Rando's. Buford, however, was 2/10 faster that lap. Friesen as well was faster, and so was Riley Sampson. Yeah, but Randall and Schoens ran about the same lap times that time. They all climbed the banking through 3 and 4, coming back around, this time by 20 laps remained in the Oreo 400 here at the Rock. That time, Schoens was about 2 100ths faster than Rando. Once again, Buford and Friesen closed in by about 2/10. So that 9 and the 6 are coming. Evan Hunter is coming in the 43. What drivers like Sprotube and them want is a late yellow flag. We saw this last season where the driver who pitted later, Jake Richardson, wasn't going to win until a late yellow came out for an issue on the racetrack. That yellow tightened the field up, and those drivers who had tires later were able to climb their way through. Even though they were behind some drivers, they had a lap or two fresher tires. They climbed their way through those race leaders, ended up winning the race was Jake Richardson. Buford for second on Jay Rando, showing the speed of the 99 car with 18 laps to go. His teammate Friesen down low with them. That 996, they've been pretty fast here this run after coming off pit road. They obviously have made some adjustments to make their cars just a little bit better, and maybe even better than the 7 of Shones. And now Rando's tires are starting to show their ugly head, so he came in earlier than anyone. How about Friesen? Low on teammate Buford for second. He wants to get up here and lead this. He wants to win it himself. He doesn't want his teammate to win it. Now we'll see if they can sort this battle out to get to then Shones, because as they start battling, Shones pulls away again. Sampson low on Rando for fourth, but Rando runs him low. Friesen will clear for second. Can he get to the 7 now? Rando with a run onto Buford for third. He gets down to the inside to turn 1. 16 laps remain at Rockingham. Hunter is flying up onto this lead group. Hunter, one of the chasers, who needs to beat that 22 for another point. Rando right now sits in third. Hunter, 6th. Sampson to 4th. He'll get by Jonathan Buford right there. And are these drivers catching lap cars like Max Anderson, Cole Luigi, Landon Lyons and Yepes, Evans, Scott, Fletcher Jr., all in the same straightaway as our race leader, Levi Shones? Will he catch them? Buford back behind his teammate and lapper, Roman Fenway. Here comes chaser Evan Hunter, trying to get everything he can in these final 15 laps, 14 laps to go. 6th and knocking on the door of the front 5. Meanwhile, up front, Shones still leads in the 7. Friesen trying to get there in the 6. Randall sliding it off the corner with just a little bit worse tires than Riley Sampson. Sampson trying to get to P3. He has a run to the inside. This could be a great run for that 31 of Riley Sampson. This time by 13 laps to go at Rockingham. Sampson third at the start-finish line. And will clear Randall into turns 1 and 2. Randall wide. Oh, that's not good for the 22 at all. He has many cars to his inside. Buford's going to pass him easily right here for 4th. That might mean Hunter for 5th, and that is highest chaser points right here. Hunter needs every point he can garner. And right there, he'll pass Jay Rando, a point in favor. And at the front, Friesen has flown around Levi Shones. Friesen's out front late in the going here in the Oreo 400. And we saw Brandon Bell pit roads. Obviously, he could not make it on fuel. Sprode gets the wall from a top 10 spot. So can Friesen hold on these final 11 laps? Can Hunter stay ahead of Jay Rando? Right now, Hunter getting 12 points. Where is Satomo at on the racetrack right now in 17th? Hanley has not been able to close in the 21. Satomo has been passed by Anthony Fox, though, and Keyshawn Richards pulled away. Trey Rainey still ahead of him. Luke Rainey is a lap down the 2 car. There's Beal coming off pit road. Laps down. Hunter wants to distance himself from that 22, looking for 4th on Jonathan Buford. If there's a late yellow, Hunter might have something to say, but it's asking a lot to get a yellow flag here at Rockingham. Knowing the treads are, we don't get yellow flags, and if we do, it happens early on in this race, not late. Last season was the exception to that. Hunter can't complete the pass on Buford. That's only hurting him here in the 43. That's going to allow Randall to close back in. 9 to go this time by. He needs to make this pass on Buford and fast. 9 laps to go. He'll clear the 99 right there. Spurgeon was closed in as these drivers battle. Remember, he has fresher tires than anyone. He came in later than anyone. Anthony has the 8, just following him through. Beal on fresh rubber, but is laps down. And at the front, Friesen's pulled away from Levi Shones. Sampson, though, is closing in. If he can get by the 7, does he have the time to get to the 6 of Friesen? Only 8 laps remain. Fenway a lap car, then Hunter right now 4th, Buford 5th. Issues to Jay Rando. Where's he gone? Rando to pit road with an issue on the 22 car. Oh, that's heartbreak. And that is a point to Satomu. Off of that right there. Rando running inside the top 10, top 5 all day long, but now has issues in the 22. Satomu gains a point off that. Trey Rainey trying to hang on over Keyshawn Richardson to keep a point in favor of Trey Rainey. 7 laps to go at Rockingham. Brandon Beal inside of Evan Hunter. He should just let him go. Sampson has disposed of Levi Shones. So now Shones, who's dominating the day, has fallen back to third. Beal on fresh rubber. Remember, he has lap cars, though. 6 laps to go. Sampson a lot slower than Friesen that time as the 7 held him up. Hunter is right now the highest chaser. Oh, look at that right there. That 7 is slower. Obviously, there are issues to that 7 of Levi Shones at this point in the race. Brandon Beal by Riley Sampson. But Carter Friesen has a huge gap with now 5 laps to go here in Rockingham. Yellow flag would end the race short. And Friesen running laps faster than anyone inside the front 5. The only driver that has a say would be Evan Hunter, but he is way too far back. Hunter's gap, 2.5 seconds, would need to be closed with issues on the 6 car. Buford right now 5th, Hernandez up to 6th, Spraytube 7th. Jefferson 8th, Kukulon 9th, Trey Rainey right now 10th ahead of Keyshawn Richardson. Anthony Fox there. And Sotoma right now up inside the front 15, blocking Scott Upton, who, remember, we had issues, was laps down on pit road. Now back out there with fresh rubber. And they don't think will be close enough to get by that 44 car, though. So Hunter should gain some points, but not going to be too many. As Friesen coming around to 3 laps to go. The distance back to the 31, 1.3 last lap. Unless it closes in drastically and it opens up. Friesen has it in the bag. Hernandez moves to 4th by Evan Hunter. The 8 car flying up here. Buford by Hunter as well. So Hunter back to 6th. However, no chase spots were lost in that shuffle right there. 2 to go this time by for Carter Friesen. No lap traffic ahead for him. With now 2 to go. Sampson nowhere near him. The gap staying constant, if not growing at points. Carter just has to negotiate a lap and a half more and a win at Rockingham. Through 3 and 4. White flag is displayed for Carter Friesen. His teammate DeLello on pit road with issues. But one last lap here at Rockingham for Carter Friesen. A good day for Roush Family Racing. Buford led. Friesen led. It looks like Friesen's going to win it. Turns 3 and 4 for the final time for Carter Friesen. Slowly through it, cleanly through it. Checker flag is up for Carter Friesen. He'll win the day here at Rockingham, his 2nd victory of the season. Sampson comes away with 2nd. Shones, Hernandez, and Buford round out the top 5. Hunter gets the highest chaser points in 6th, and will close in just a little bit onto the points lead for Georgia Sotomu, who comes across right there ahead of Hanley and some of the chasers back behind him. So Friesen wins the day here at Rockingham. Hunter wins the day for chasers. We'll go now see the finishing results and the updated chase standings. Here's how they finished in the Oreo 400 at the Rockingham Speedway Chase Race number 6 here in the Gatorade Cup Series season. No caution flags today, but 5 lead changes, 5 different drivers saw the lead here in Rockingham, and Carter Friesen out front for the final 13 laps, and only the final 13 laps. He wins this race over Levi Shones. He passes him late. Riley Sampson tried to run Friesen down, but I think wore his tires out too much. Sampson, though, with another great result. He's been very, very good since this chase has started. Sampson ends up in 2nd. Levi Shones ends up in 3rd. Led the most laps of 38 here today, but issues to his car in this last run put him back to 3rd finishing position. Anthony Hernandez climbs up to finish in 4th, and Jonathan Buford from pole only led 1 lap, but gets a solid top 5 place. Evan Hunter, highest finishing chaser, ends up in 6th and gains 4 points on the 44 of Georgia Sotomu. 7th place to Riley Spraytube. Played some strategy there at the end, maybe worked out for him in the long haul. Jay Jefferson ends up in 8th. Sebastian Kukulon led early on, falls back to finish in 9th, and Keyshawn Richardson gets by Trey Rainey at the end. Keyshawn gets a point off of Trey. They finish 10th and 11th here today. Anthony Fox, the chaser, gets 13th, and there's Georgia Sotomu. Started last in this race, but moves up to finish in 15th. A gritty performance for that 44 team, and good enough to keep him with a massive points in double digits entering the final 4 races of this season. TJ Hanley lost a point to Sotomu here. He ends up in 18th position. Couldn't stay with the 44. They both start in the final row. Sotomu gets a few spots up on TJ. Colton Yo gets 23rd here today. Griffin Lynn lost points, 26th for him. You look down, you can see Anson and Trouble 34th, and for these chasers that finished lap down, Fenway, Luke Rainey, and Jay Rando. 3 chasers, 1 lap down. Scott Upton 4 down, and all these drivers 1 down. Beal, DeLello, Rando, Rainey, and Fenway. The right side are the point standings heading into the final 4 races. It is still Tsutomu on top. That gap has shrunk just a little bit. Hunter now 10 points behind in second. So now with any race, it is possible that Hunter could leave next race as the points leader. Third in points, you have to go all the way back to Trey Rainey, who is 17 points behind in third. Hanley, 18 points behind in fourth. In fifth place is Griffin Lynn, 21 points back. So at this point, two-man race for the championship unless they both have issues. Trey Rainey and TJ Hanley, and maybe Griffin Lynn can try and close in. And down below Lynn, even look, and you see Roman Fenway, how far back he is in the 17. Even below him, Anson and Charles Bois, and Colton Yo, and Keyshawn Richardson. And then drivers that have not had great chases. I mean, obviously you look at Jay Brando, who had the issues today, had a really good day going, but issues today get him only 1 point. You look at Anthony Fox, had a good day today. That was really his first really good chase day. And Luke Rainey, the two team, has just fallen off a cliff. Since this chase started, they have not had the speed. It has not been a great last 6 races for the driver of the 2 car, and it shows with Warriors in points, only 19 points. So far behind, I believe that's, 44 points behind Tsutomu. I don't know it. I guess you could make that up in the final 4 races. However, it's very, very unlikely. Mathematically possible, realistically possible, not likely for the 2, and even, Fox and Jay Brando down at the bottom of the points list. Only 4 races remain to crown a champion. That might be the 4 craziest racetracks on the schedule. Next race out, we're going Super Speedway Racing at the Pensacola National Speedway for the Can-Am 500. I will see you guys then.